very quickly, what about the fact that the hadith, especially Sahih al-Bukhari, the most respected Sunni hadith, says that Muhammad was actually poisoned by a Jewish woman, and when he died, some 3 years later, he told those around him that the sickness you see in me comes from that poisoned piece of meat that I ate with your brother, I think it was Bashir. So there's no doubt about it, out of the mouth of Muhammad, the Jewish woman got the better of Muhammad and poisoned him. So, yeah, he did survive for a time, but 63 is not that old, and he was killed by his enemy.
That's right, but he was killed after he ended his message. The message was ended. The Quran was completed.
The Quran was completed because Muhammad died. There's a difference. If Muhammad had lived another 10 years, there'd have been a lot more revelations.
Okay, let me tell you something. Muhammad died on something called Hajjat al-Wada' when he went to Hajj, and he was giving like a speech, and it sounded, people there cried because it sounded like it's the last speech for him, and he was saying, I think I'm not going to see you guys next year. So
listen, our friend, what we're pointing out is that Muhammad was poisoned. The poison didn't kill him immediately, but he got worse and worse and worse. His health, he was physically deteriorating. He was getting worse and worse. He always felt, in other words, what this poison would have done, presumably, is mess up some of his internal organs, the way some harmful drugs can do. And over a period of time, this deteriorates him. He was kind of old. He couldn't take it, and ultimately he died. But he would be feeling the effects of this as time goes on, and he would recognize, I'm not going to live forever. This poison is killing me. So there's nothing miraculous about this. And besides, I mean, think about what you're saying. Your argument so far has been Muhammad survived many battles, therefore he's a prophet. First of all, how many people in history survived many battles? How many people survived all through the Civil War? If Muhammad's a prophet, why isn't Abu Bakr? He survived through all the same battles. Why isn't Uthman? Why isn't Ali? Why isn't Umar? These people survived through all of the same battles. Many of Muhammad's followers survived through all of the same battles. You wouldn't say, therefore, they're prophets. That would never occur to you. It would never occur to me to say Alexander the Great must be a prophet because he conquered so much land between Greece and India. None of this would ever occur to our minds. What I find in Islam is that Muslims will appeal to basically anything about Muhammad and somehow use it as an argument that he's a prophet, when if we actually believe the argument, we'd have to believe that thousands and thousands of people who obviously aren't prophets, thousands of people today are prophets. So in other words, for the past 1,400 years, people have been surviving many battles. Think about Sergeant York. This guy fought the entire German army by himself and came back safe and sound. Therefore, he must be a prophet.
He captured 121 Germans by himself.
By himself.
Yeah. But anyways, okay, Dr.
Muhammad
Basso.
never did that. Muhammad never did that.
Dr. Basso, you go ahead and continue.
Yes, now I understand. But if we compare Muhammad with Hitler or with Alexander, the effect now, I'm in 2010, right? There is a lot of Muslims, they are still following the rules that Muhammad was teaching. So the effect of Muhammad's message is still living with us. Alexander is gone. Hitler is gone. All is following him. So this way, Muhammad is different because the effect of his teaching is still...
Okay. Well, one second, our friend. Now, as a Muslim, you probably reject the teachings of the Apostle Paul, but the teachings of the Apostle Paul are still having an impact on the world. The teachings of Hinduism, the teachings of the Buddha are all still having an impact on the world. The teachings of Confucius, the teachings of Lao Tzu, all of these teachings are still having an impact on the world. In other words, it's the exact same point I just made with your other argument. Muslims take one fact about Muhammad, he survived many battles, but that would make a lot of people prophets. Or that Muhammad's teachings are still having an impact on the world even after so long. Well, that would mean that the Apostle Paul is a prophet. That would mean that Buddha was a prophet because their teachings are still having an impact. Notice the same problem. Muslims will take some fact about Muhammad and use it as an argument to prove that he's a prophet, when if that argument is correct, tons of people who are still prophets.
Okay, Dr. Bassett, give us